I have an article that I'm going to be reading. It was sent to me. Matter of fact, everyone that sent this to me, I want to say thank you. But I'm like, I can't. It's too many of y'all to thank. So each and every person that sent this to me, you can say I in the chat, I in the comment section down below. But I want to say thank you. It doesn't matter if you were first, second, third, last, whatever. I got a lot of messages from y'all, and I got to salute. We got to keep this thing going. Y'all are going hard, DFAM. So anyway, let's get this conversation going. I'm going to read this article because this article goes a little bit further than what the video shows, okay? Now, apparently, this article, I'm just going to read it. All right, Mr. UDM?
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to read it. And the title of this article, this article is coming from 2fab.com. All right? I don't even know what 2fab is. 2Fabulous?
Maybe, yeah.
All right, 2fab.com, and it's titled DoorDash driver sacked after confronting CVS manager over claims she didn't receive order. Now, the thing is, sacked. Does that mean get the boot? I know in football, that means you get the quarterback. Mm-hmm. But in this case, DoorDash driver sacked after confronting CVS manager over claims she didn't receive order. Now, let's get into this. I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs. You watch the video, but then we'll get into the conversation.
Okay.
All right. The internet took the driver's side, but the company didn't. It was expected. That's the first line in that article. The internet took the driver's side, but the company didn't. Let me read. The DoorDash driver has been sacked. A DoorDash driver has been sacked after she confronted a CVS manager at work for allegedly claiming she never received her food. The incident, which occurred in North Carolina on Wednesday night, was all recorded by the driver who grilled the customer as she was serving customers of her own. My bad. Thank you. Excuse me? I was just wondering why you said that your food never got delivered when I handed it to you. The driver asks the CVS employee. That's fraud, and now I might get charged for it. The mortified wormer replies that she is serving a customer right now who just happens to be a police officer who quickly exits without getting involved. Why did you even have the nerve to come in my job talking to me when I was with another customer? The employee demands. Because you have the nerve to report your food as never been received, so I can get in trouble and have to pay for it and lose my job, the driver retorts. The driver presses her to admit on camera she received her food, but the employee refuses, threatening to call the police instead. When the driver asks for a manager, the employee reveals that she is the manager, prompting the driver to jibe. What that mean?
I guess leave.
Okay, I'm going to say that context clues, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's a shame. CVS is hiring thieves. The driver continues to pursue her around the store, demanding a confession, and things get heated. You need to get the F out of my face. That's what I'm waiting for you to do. She fires. It's not even that serious. The driver disagrees, saying her expensive steak, shrimp, and chicken meal is coming out of her paycheck. It's fraud and it's stealing, and now you're trying to get me in trouble for it. I don't give a F. Leave me alone. The manager warns. Do DoorDash know you're doing this? I could keep on reading and reading and reading. There's more to it. I'm going to pin this to the top of the comment section on the replay. If you have not watched the video and wish to watch the video, go ahead and check it out right now if you wish to watch it. Watch it, okay? We already watched it. We didn't see the very beginning with the police officer, but I guess this 2fab.com, I salute to whoever put this whole thing together. They got the whole story. I salute to them because we only saw after she was like, "You're on my job. Why are you coming to my job? You got the nerve to come on my job," right? Now, them saying that the DoorDash driver, the internet took the driver's side, but the company didn't. That lets me know that this driver, before I even finished reading this article, this driver might have been deactivated.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm not surprised.
but it's written. I can't remember where it's written, but it's written, I think, in the deactivation policy that we are not supposed to go back to the customer's location after the delivery.
Which makes sense.
Why do you think?
Because they're avoiding several different issues. You know, it could have turned into a physical altercation. A lot of things could have escalated. I think, you know, both of the individuals very unprofessional because she's a manager and she's being recorded.
Yeah.
And then she's cursing and doing all these things and she's in the CVS store. So she should have been fired as well because she's very unprofessional. And I'm sure other customers were in the store listening to her carry on in that way. You know, even though I know she was upset that the DoorDash driver came to her job, but also I understand the DoorDash driver as well because they're upset that you are committing fraud, saying that you didn't get your food. You sat down there, ate it. It's in your gut.
Right.
But now you're saying that you didn't get it. And you know you did. And it's just being nasty, like they said. But of course, at the end of the day, we are as well as, even though we're independent contractors, we still have to maintain a level of professionalism. We represent the company. That person, female or male, represents the company. I think it was a female, correct? DoorDash driver.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who's recording.
Yeah, so he or she represents DoorDash, the company, so they have to maintain that level of professionalism in regards to that. So I just, you know, you never know. She could have got herself in a lot of trouble because what if that was a hothead person? You don't know what that person could have had, you know, gun, knife, you know, all kind of things. So you just got to be careful because people's mental state of mind is in a different place these days, so you have to be mindful.
So, okay, now we're not just gonna look at it from that angle, right? At least I don't want to just look at it from that angle.
I got you.
We know the policy is in place, but drivers are frustrated.
Yeah, of course.
Now, there's more to this article, and I'm gonna finish reading this article, but I wanted to get the conversation going. All right, I'm not gonna read it right now, but in a couple of seconds I will. All right. Drivers are frustrated. What would you do if you were in this position? It seems like pay has been cut. Things have slowed down. People have lost their jobs from, you know, the pandemic. And then now it's like there's a rise. There's a constant. It's like that. A constant poke at the drivers. Right. Hey, how do you mean you didn't get your food? Contract violation. How do you mean you didn't get your food? Contract violation. Who knows how many times this driver that recorded this got a contract violation about undelivered food. Now, I don't know this driver's story. I don't know this driver. I would love to interview this driver. So if anyone knows this driver, please have this driver reach out. We would love to hear your story from your perspective, why you decided to record this, because I know for a fact this has been going on for years. Not just on DoorDash, you know, and the customers even created YouTube videos that got exposed on how to get free food.
Yeah.
You know, and I am happy this driver took this recording. I don't like that she got deactivated, even if it's in the policy. I understand it's in the policy. Hey, but it's coming to a head. I feel like this needed to happen to get it exposed, get it shared all across the internet. And the fact that the beginning of this article says the internet took the driver's side, that means it's getting exposed. The internet took the driver's side, but the company didn't. So let me finish reading these couple of lines here, right? And then we're going to open up the lines and read some of the chat. It says the driver replies in the affirmative, assuring her she is going to send the video to corporate, which ultimately may have been her undoing. The cringy 6-minute video was posted to Reddit and immediately kicked off a debate as to who was in the wrong, with the vast majority siding with the driver. However, the company did not see it that way and sacked her. We take the safety of our community extremely seriously, and such inappropriate behavior is never tolerated on the DoorDash platform. A spokesperson for the company told 2Fab. All right. Any behavior that violates this zero tolerance policy is grounds for deactivation, and we sincerely regret that this incident fell short of the experience we strive to give our customers every day. The spokesperson said the company had reached out to the CVS manager and that the issue had been resolved. Due to privacy policy, they could not confirm whether the woman ever paid for the food. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That line right there, that got my blood boiling a little bit. But anyway, 3 more paragraphs. While the company insists the situation is not a frequent issue at all.
Liars. Of course, they gonna pretend like it's not.
While the company insists the situation is not a frequent issue at all, one DoorDash driver told 2Fab that customers falsely claiming they did not receive their food as a way to eat for free is a commonly faced trick. Customers can currently choose contactless delivery or hand in person, and via the DoorDash app, a driver can only complete a contactless delivery by uploading a photo of the delivered food. While hand in person deliveries do not require photo evidence, the driver told 2Fab that many of his colleagues use body cams, takes time-stamped photos, and take detailed notes to combat this very problem. Okay, that was the end of the article. This right here, when DoorDash said what they said right there about it's not happened frequently. How do you say it? It's not a frequent issue at all. I don't. How you feel about that?
Well, of course, it's a company, so of course they're gonna make sure that they're looking good on their side. So I'm not surprised they would say that. Even if they know this is just not with them, that's with other food apps as well. So how are you going to say this is not occurring? You know it is, but of course you're going to say it's not.
Okay, so is it the numbers that they're looking at, as in, today we sold one, we delivered 1 million meals, but there was one that said it was undelivered. Do you think they're looking at the numbers like that? How do you feel about it?
I think maybe they're looking at it like a percentage wise. Maybe in a week time, they look at how many people are claiming that their food hasn't been delivered within that week. So maybe they're looking at it a percentage and they feel like it's not a major loss.
Right. And that's where I'm coming from. Like, the article, I'm going to pin it to the top of the comment section on the replay. But them saying not a frequent issue at all is obviously, it seems like they're looking at the numbers. Mm-hmm. They're looking at the numbers versus how many are being delivered and no one is complaining, Mm-hmm. But the fact that we, as, the real people that's out here, going out there, picking up the food and delivering it and taking a picture. And some of them going as far as getting the timestamp app to timestamp the geolocate, what it is. I think it gets the coordinates. Please put it in the chat. What does the timestamp app do? I think it gets the coordinates, the time, and the location, all that stuff, to show proof that you were there at the time that they're claiming that you weren't.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure this driver knew that they were going to be deactivated, but they probably already had several strikes already. So I'm sure that's what kind of blew them off the top with this. And they're like, just forget this. I'm going to record it and, try to make this thing go viral. And I know I'm going to lose my job, but it is what it is,
Yeah.
I just feel that because I think they already kind of knew that. I don't think they would have did all of that and knowing that was in the deactivation policy.
Now, this dasher, they said they were very well aware in the video.
Yeah, I know.
They were very well aware of the laws, right? Because the person was trying to say, I didn't give you permission to record me, but apparently that dasher said in that video in the state of North Carolina, I think it's North Carolina, right? They have it's a one-party consent state, so as long as as long as the person that's recording gives consent to record, they are allowed to record. So I don't know the laws of North Carolina, but again, I will say dashers are frustrated. This has been going on for years, and it's not just on DoorDash. This has been going on for years, and even if this dasher might have been deactivated, according to the article or the words that were used in the article, even if that might have taken place, this is a conversation that needed to happen, and it needed to get exposed. It needed to get exposed. I'm sorry. I don't know if that dasher needed to do DoorDash to keep their income coming in, right? But she don't know. I think it was a she, right? I think it was a she. I'm making an assumption. She don't know how much of a hero she is. Hopefully she knows, and I would love to interview her. So if you know who that dasher is, reach out to her. Let's get on the freaking show. Let her call in. She don't even have to be on camera, right? She wasn't on camera recording that. I see her as my hero. There's a hero when you look through your camera. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's a word?
I guess. There's
an answer if you look within yourself.
Hey guys, I'm not able to respond to you in the chat. Mr. UDM took my phone, so I don't have a phone.
No. Ray, love the new setup, split screen. All right, the article when you read said he. Well, there was an additional dasher that confirmed in the article. The he was an additional dasher that confirmed that this has been going on for a while. Even if you do hear a he, that's an additional dasher. But the person that recorded the video, that's a hero of mine right now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I've gotten a contract violation, but it was because of tardiness, right? But I know there's so many dashers out there that have gotten contract violations for undelivered food. That's enough talking. Let's get the lines open.
Definitely.
How you feel about that? You ready?
Yeah. Open them up.
Let's open up the lines. Let's open up the lines so we could get this going. How do you feel about this from your perspective? Who was wrong? Who was right? Do you feel like this dasher deserves to be reactivated? Do you feel like this dasher deserves to be deactivated because they violated the policies that were in place? What do you feel? How do you feel?